Hey, this is Oli from All That Remains, and we're going to get to part 3 of leveling up your licks. If you recall, we started with this 4-note lick with the purpose of applying it to first the pentatonic scale, then to the Hirajoshi scale, which is the Japanese pentatonic. Now we're going to apply it to a straight-up modal situation. So we're just going to use our G major or E minor scale. And here it is, just the basic lick. So as you can see, it's the same exact technique. I'm just playing, diatonically, so I'm not skipping any of the notes. And we're going to apply the same situations as we did with the pentatonic, and here it goes. Now we're going to apply the same technique to a strictly vertical approach, just like we did with the pentatonics. Now what I'd like to do, since the notes are a little bit closer together, we're going to get a little more creative with how we outline some of the changes. We're going to be going down strictly in a scalar fashion. We're not going to repeat notes like we did in the first pattern. And we're not going to go by fourths or thirds like we did with the second one. We're going to go strictly scalar. So here it is. Please. Now, if we want to get even more creative or specific, what I'd like to do is show it mapped out to an E minor triad. So here's the triad. So here it is slow, so you can see every time I begin the lick, it's going to start on one of those 3 notes. So far, we've been doing our lick with the same exact picking mechanics. And I'd like, since now we're dealing with a diatonic approach, I'm going to show you it just be played on one string. And we can either slur the whole thing, meaning hammer-ons and pull-offs, or we can pick all the notes. So it's going to give us a nice dynamic versatility. So let me show you the same lick played on one string. And that was just doing it across the fretboard in fourths. Here it is if I were to do it on one string, this way. Now that's a rather cumbersome way to do it, but let me show you how I would approach this by combining the 2 ways of playing it. This is where it really comes into its own. So check it out. So instead of having to move to a position like I did earlier, I can stay put. And because it's one string, it's a little bit easier if I want to decide to pick it. So now I'm going to put this all together in a diagonal approach going this direction on the fretboard. So as you can see, there's a nice difference in the dynamic inflection between picking it and slurring it. And playing on one string enables me to move more comfortably in the diagonal direction. And it just gives you a little more variety to what you're playing overall.